technique will leading us to go to the narrow space or the hidden space. So it will give us much freedom to move around on the Mars surface, on the moon surface. And there will be more applications in the future. So,
all right, how does this sound? How does this sound? Okay.
And it has been that Japan has great trust building by presenting trustful rockets. And also, we are adding more to this trust in the international partners. So that's this technique will be highlighted and then it will be developed more in the near future.
それを日本として貢献していくのが今回3で実証される新しい技術であるということですね。はい。その技術を実証した上でですね、またその次が
So what's next? And then what can we say about the projects coming after SLIM?
ということで、今後のミッションを複数いろいろと前に検討していて、今後このSLIMが成功した暁にはどんどん
So we already have few more things planned in the future. So this will be the critical time for us to look at the success of the SLIM. So does it include the pressurized rover? And yes, the rover as well, that it will go to the place where they want to go. So the pinpoint landing is necessary. But the rovers can only go to the safer places. So building this technique and then going to the place where it's sort of hidden or it's very difficult to go, and it's still the technology will be useful in the future. So that's exactly why VP Sasaki has been emphasizing the importance of both manned and unmanned exploration. And thank you very much.
So now we're going to return to Mori-san, who's going to remind us of the key points as we head towards a descent and landing. So here's our summary slide of SLIM attempting a pinpoint landing on the moon. The powered descent is from an altitude of 15 kilometers with 3 thruster boosts and piloting in between. We approach the target site on the lunar surface using this image matching navigation technology, where we're going to match the craters to known patterns on our onboard map using the navigation camera and autonomous guiding control. Then we begin the vertical descent from a 7-kilometer altitude. This includes 3 short hovering times. And we also do obstacles detection to avoid any dangerous boulders from about a 50-meter altitude. And then the 2 little LEV rovers are released at a 2-meter altitude before we do the 2-step landing on the sloped terrain. And we're aiming for a lunar landing accuracy of order 100 meters during this 20 minutes of terror. Landing can be confirmed relatively quickly, but more than that to do with pinpoint landing accuracy might be determined as much as a month from landing.
So this looks like a very difficult design, but what kind of things did you do to make it possible? Because SLIM looks like very much challenging, including many new techniques. So could you please tell us about the highlights.
一方で、きちんと検証しているといったところが大事で、一つ一つの試験を丁寧にやって、確認しながら、
So that's right. That there are many techniques that they are pushing, and also they are really new and innovative. So what the team tried to do the most is try to have more and more experiments, and by getting successes, they are very confident to place those techniques put together in this Probe Slim.
Yeah, I actually don't know as much about this mission as I should have. I've been keeping my eye on it a little bit, but I just haven't read that much in depth. I know it's Japan's first attempt at a soft landing on the moon, and so that's pretty monumental in itself.
Later, that we are here today. And
So
other
launched in
missions,
September.
such as Russians and Indians, they took less time.
なんで私たち
So why
4ヶ月もかけて
did Slim take 4 months? Could you please explain to us about it?
軌道ですね。早く入ることもできるんですけど、途中の軌道で少しお示ししましたように、最初月に入った後に、そのまま月周回に投入に月周回軌道に投入することもできるんですけど、それやってしまうと燃料をかなり使ってしまう。
So this is something that we saw on the slide. So the swing by, we could probably just do one swing by to get into the moon's orbit. But by doing so, we need to put so much fuel on the probe. But we want to have less in a tank. So we decided to do the longer swing by and then have this slim orbit. So we chose this to have more.
Well, that makes sense. So it used less fuel. It took longer to get there, used less fuel, but then they're allowed to put more scientific instruments on it. Because 4 months is kind of a long time to get to the moon.
This is somewhat counterintuitive. This very long swing by orbit turns out to be much more efficient on fuel. But even though it takes longer and it goes further, it is able to use the gravity of the Sun-Earth-Moon system to actually alter the position and attitude of the spacecraft, to put it back onto a trajectory towards the moon. And this is actually much cheaper on fuel as opposed to braking when we reached the moon the first time to enter lunar orbit straight away.
これはですね、成功しますね。はい、そうですね。成功するために。
So what do you think that will be successful?
もちろん、この前の実績で言うと、いろんな海外でも苦労しながら、重ねながらやってきてるから。
And it has been like many challenges and also failures, as we all know. But we would like to believe that this will work today. And we have many experiments and many discussions. So today we believe that things will work. Sorry for asking the difficult questions, but as Mori-san explained, that many experiments proved that this technique should work. So, okay, next question, or maybe comments from the audience.
As an aside, if you look at the moon, this is in front of you, just got off camera, but to the left of that is one of the actual landing legs from SLIM, so you can examine its mesh crushable structure. When it comes
Let's
back
see
on camera.
something. I think it's supposed to start its descent at around 10 p.m. Eastern time, around 9 Central, so it should be starting
can
here pretty
anyone
soon.
observe it through the observatories or the telescope? And Mori-san's answer is that it's probably very difficult
Ah, we can't see SLIM.
to do that. So could you also tell us about this plan of landing on the slope?
Oh, we're going to land on the slope.
Could you please explain to me a little bit more?
実際に降りるところは15度、最大15度の傾斜地。
So from this angle, you can see the 5 legs on the SLIM spacecraft, the rear leg that sticks out furthest, and then a more square structure for the forward landing gear and middle landing gear. So the Slim initially descends vertically and it's going to land on that rearmost leg first. That's the first one that's going to touch the lunar surface.
5 legs.
So it lands on the back leg and then it tips forward onto those front 2 legs.
It didn't look too good at first. I hope it don't stick up in the dirt like that.
Let us see this model. What is it?
I'll be back to this. Yeah, it's one of these little legs. So while a big lunar lander, such as Apollo, actually has legs with a joint, they're able to absorb impact. Slim has these very compact lattice-like legs that will compress on impact and absorb that force as it comes down on the surface.
And I'm going to go ahead and do a commercial real quick now since it's supposed to start within the next 4 minutes so we don't get interrupted by one during the descent, hopefully.
So there
Maybe.
are only 5 minutes to go. So Mori-san will
5 minutes to
review
go, so let
what
me
will
go
be
ahead and make
happening
sure
in the next,
we get that in now.
in the next few minutes.
So this is our pinpoint landing again. The powered descent for 15 kilometers, the vertical descent for 7 kilometers,
Maybe not.
the search for possible hazards, such as boulders.
So this is the way it's going to
So overall,
take.
when it starts, it will take about 20 minutes.
Going down, down. Hope we get some good
First,
views
it
is what I
approaches
cared
to
out.
the targeted position, and then the vertical descent. And it will have 3 hoverings, and it will try to detect any boulders. And then when it approaches to the slope and have 2-step descent and landing. So it will be determined relatively soon about the landing itself, but the pinpoint or not. So how precise it was, it will take about a month to process.
Take about a month.
So now let us explain about the telemetry. So we'll be moving forward to the screen like this, and the telemetry is the data that has been sent from the probe.
So this is the QL quick look screen, and we'll see this during the descent of the lunar surface, and it will display the telemetry data coming from the spacecraft. And we're going to go through just each of what you're seeing here to explain what it means. So this is the date and the time, the top yellow. It's spacecraft time, but that corresponds almost exactly with Earth time. It only takes
Just
about
look a few
second for
things up
radio
here
waves
real
to travel
quick.
between the moon and the Earth. It's showing the time in UTC, Universal Time, which is Japan time minus 9 hours. Now this part is the GNC, Guidance Navigation Control mode, and you can see the different options for the modes, with SPM being sun pointing mode, OCM being orbital control mode, etc. And it tells you what phase we're in at the moment. This is going to show us the spacecraft acceleration. Is the actual measured value of the accelerometer is on the left. The estimated value based on the model is on the right. And descending order for the acceleration goes from green through to red. This shows the status of the auxiliary thrusters. The scale here goes from 0 to 100%. And this is the status of the main engine injection, with the scale again going from 0 through to 100%. This shows the angular velocity of the spacecraft along the 3 axes, X, Y, and Z. The colors here indicate descending orders of control error, with green having minimal control error. Gosh, I'm going fast. This is the remaining propellant. The fuel is on the left, the oxidizer is in the middle, the total is on the right. The fuel to oxidizer ratio is 1 to 0.8. The bat sock is the remaining battery capacity, and now we are looking at if this graph looks like this, it's the mode before power descent. So altitude from the sun is seen on the left, the altitude from the Earth is on the right. This is now what it looks like when we go into the power descent mode, showing positional information such as the trajectory, white line, and the actual trajectory. Is that right? The red line? No, this is the vertical descent mode. My apologies. The last one was the power descent mode. This is the vertical descent mode. And so that takes us into an era of landing where we can, to landing where we want.
So on the screen, you will see the same telemetry as the mission control room will be seeing. So we are now switching the screen to the telemetry.
Okay, now we're switching to the telemetry.
So during this phase, as we head towards the lunar surface, we are not going to say a great deal. Please watch the telemetry, and so you can see for yourself how the spacecraft is progressing, and there will be minimal commentary during this time.
Okay, so we're going to go up in altitude. We're at about 15 kilometers. We're going to go up to about 26 kilometers, and then we start our descent. So we're starting to
Main
climb.
engine is 100%. That means
See, main
that
engine's 100%.
put the brakes. And now the altitude is 15 kilometers and slightly up.
Thought we were going to have pictures of it. It doesn't have a
On the
camera
right,
on
you
board.
see the graph,
Maybe we'll
and
get
the
pictures
white
after it
is
lands.
Expected orbit.
Okay,
And
white's
the red one
expected,
is how Slim is going.
and red's how he's going. So he's actually going a little higher than what they expected.
So now Slim is going more or less on the planned trajectory.
He's still, there's a little bit of a gap there. He's doing it at the right, trajectory. He's just at a higher altitude. We got plenty of everything up here.
So now the engines are on, but soon it will be turned off, just for a while. And then you will fly a little bit without thrashing.
Okay, he's actually starting to get close to the ideal trajectory, the expected trajectory.
And on the right-hand corner, you see the second control room.
Yeah, he's about to meet up with that expected completely
And
perfectly
in the
here.
second control room as well, that they are seeing the same exact telemetry as we see here on the screen.
Well, their control rooms look a lot different than NASA's do, I have to say that. Okay, he's about almost perfectly on the white expected trajectory. Shouldn't be too much longer now. We're already up over 20 kilometers. Got to get up to about 26 kilometers and then start the descent, it looks like.
The altitude is now 20 kilometers, and this is the phase of the first boost, and then we will keep going for a while.
Wish I'd pour me a fresh cup of coffee.
Fuel, and you can see it on the right top corners, and it will have to decrease. as it goes.
は現在第1回の燃焼を実施中です。
Okay, it's nearing its apex, not too much further. Engines are still ready. Full throttle.
The velocity is just about right, so you can see it on the left bottom, and now you can see both A and B are green.
There you go.
And it has been
That's the
as
actual
it has been
velocity,
flashed, so
and that's the model. So it's
okay
going
on that side as well.
2.204. So yeah, it's almost exactly what it should be. What's expected. Now we done married up with that white line, the expected and theoretical trajectory.
The altitude is now reaching 25 kilometers, and it will now go into coastal
Yeah, we
mode.
slowed down. So we're at the top. Got 109 kilograms of oxygen left. Less than a half a tank of fuel there, my friends.
はい、現在スリムは画像照合方法を実施中と思われます。
So now it started to scan on the moon's surface, so it's looking for the exact place to land.
Okay, we got to pick out a landing spot.
はい、高度は25キロ上回ったあたりです。
The altitude is just about 25 kilometers.
はい、今、メインエンジン着火しましたね。
Okay, he increased his velocity.
始まりました。またこれでしばらくずっと噴射
So he must have found him a spot to land.
はい、時刻は0時5分を、0時6分ぐらいです。現在、スリムは第2回の
The velocity kicked back up.
So the Slim is going into the second phase of boost. So now you can see the engine firing.
緑色に表示されているかと思いますが、これ緑色になっているということは、姿勢がもう姿勢の制御が想定通りになっていると、姿勢誤差が小さいということを表しています。
Well, he sped up a good bit. He's going faster than he was before.
赤のライン、白のライン
We're starting to come down.
基準軌道に沿って進んでいるというふうに考えていたと思います。
はい、現在
Now you can see the planned trajectory, and the red trajectory is going on the model. So this is going very close to the planned trajectory.
It's real close to the planned. You know, he said that it was going to land on a slope also. So I don't know if he's actively looking for a slope or if just that whole area where he's aiming for is a slope, or guess we'll see. I hope we get pictures back after it lands. He's starting to descend a little bit.
少しずつ高度が下がってきています。
そうですね、だいぶブレーキが効いてきましたね。最初軌道が先ほどお話しした理由で上がってたんですが、はい、もう落ちてきましたね。
We start to descend a little bit, as you can see on the right side.
スリムは第2回のブースト実施中
It's
です。
still doing the second boost.
ブーストを
I think they could have gave me her commentary job. I'm ahead of her. So you still got these thrusters over here. I'm gonna call them the starboard, I guess, right side. But well, it might be port side. I'm not sure how you'd look at it.
燃料酸化剤もだいぶ減ってきましたね。100キロもう割り込んで。
Starboard or port. If there's anybody out there that on boats don't know how to tell the difference between starboard or port when you're facing the front of the boat,
Fuel's also decreasing, as you can see on the right top.
left is port and right is
And
starboard.
now you can see 96.6 kilograms of fuel, and it will be about 10 kilograms or even a little bit slightly more So that's where we are aiming at.
湿度が実は結構高くなってきてるんです。
So it will not be completely empty.
She's talking about the fuel left up here. But anyway, so you remember that you left the port and you went right to the stars. So left is port and right is starboard. You left port and went right to the stars. That's how you remember port and starboard. If anybody gets them confused.
Velocity is increasing. That's on the left-hand side. And because the mass is decreasing, that means velocity is
Yeah,
getting
we're
a
at
little
the
bit more
2.5 meters
in
per
number.
second squared.
フロートシーケンスにおいて第2回のブーストを実施中です。
もうしばらく続きそうですね。これはい。
It will continue a little bit. We are still on the second boost stage.
Meters per second squared, isn't that acceleration and not velocity? So is this showing the velocity or the acceleration? I think it's showing the velocity and it's just got the wrong, it shouldn't be meter, it should just be meters per second would be your velocity. Meters per second squared is your acceleration. I think they've got that wrong units on that. Who am I to judge Japan Space Agency, but I believe they might have a blunder right there. They're calling it velocity, but it's labeled as acceleration.
はい、スリムは現在第2回のブーストを実施中です。スリムは第2回のブーストを実施中です。高度がかなり下がっていましたね。
そうですね。もうちょっといくと思いますね。このまま。はい。
はい。
15キロ下回るぐらいまではこのまま 100%。
So we're descended down below 20
Now it's
kilometers.
still the second boost stage, and it's now above 15 kilometers, and it will continue a little bit longer.
はい。スリムはほぼ20キロ
Got 73 kilograms of fuel left.
回のブーストを実施中ですが、高度が20
So we're supposed to have about 10 kilograms left when we get done. We're running low on oxygen, it looks like to me. 65 kilograms of oxygen.
今、オメガ X、オメガ Y、オメガ Z、すべて緑になっています。加速度も、
Guess that's about a 1-to-1 burn ratio there.
いいかと思います。燃料酸化が
I'm not positive about that, but I would assume. Uh-oh. So we're speeding up, but we're coming down. We're down almost 15 kilometers.
です。スリムは第2回のブーストを実施中です。
Still a
Still
second
the
boost.
second boost.
15キロ割ってくると、再び、コースティングに入ると思います。また画像照合工法ですね、を実施するために、1回停止ということで、コースティングになるという見込みです。
So when it goes below altitude 15 kilometers, it will start the coasting again and then try to do the
Can't find a
image
good
scanning.
place to put me. We'll put me up here.
今、メインエンジン 0% になりましたので、これで第2
There I
回
am.
が終了して、コースティングに入りました。
Now you can see the engine has stopped like 0%. So now it starts cruising and trying to see the surface.
Okay, so they have
So
started.
image scanning
So
right now.
that is acceleration, and they're calling it velocity.
And soon we'll probably see the third phase of boost.
スリムは現在、画像照合工法を行っているところかと思われます。高度は10キロを下回って入り
We're
ました。
dropping down.
そうですね。 メインエンジンにまた噴射しましたね。100% になりましたので、これ第3回のブーストが始まりました。
Now you see the engine is on now, 100%, and now the third stage of boost has just started. And the third one will not be 100% all the time.
Okay, so it's feathering this engine's a little
It's
bit
called
here.
the pulse thruster. So it's been expected that it's not going to be always 100% on.
これをしばらくまた続けまして、高度が適切な、上落ちてきたところで、垂直降下モードに切り替わります。今、左上で PDM と書いてあるところが、VDM という文字に切り替わると思います。
Now please pay attention to the left top PDM. You will soon change
Left top PDM
into VDM. So PDM will change into
to
VDM.
BDM, right here next to my head.
だいぶ下がってまいりました。10キロ下がって10キロに到達するかと思われるところです。
画面左側の今のグラフもこれで、
So we're 5 kilometers above the surface now.
今のグラフも切り替わります。
Now approaching altitude 5 kilometer.
43 kilograms of fuel.
ブースト実施中です。次は第3回のブーストを実施中です。
あ、そうですね。今 VDM
Okay, we got a different view.
緑の文字に変わったと思います。
Now it's been changed to VDM.
BDM.
Now starting the vertical descent.
変わって2つの探査機が乗ってて、これ
Okay, we're at 5,000 meters.
になってます。で、X 方向というのは、西方向。で、Y 方向、プラス Y が南の方向。
So x-axis is the west and the y is south. Now
16分30秒あたりですが、すでにスリムは垂直降下モードに入っています。
it started vertical descent.
垂直降下モードを
Pokemon, what in the world?
3000メートル割ってきました。
はい。で、これもしばらくパルスー車ですね。今数字が 100%、メインエンジンの
Well, 200% engines. Whoa.
またそれ以外の数字になったりと切り替わってます。これ、パルスー車をしているとこういった形で変化していると見ていいかと思います。
So it's going down pretty quick. We're down 1,500 meters. We'll know here shortly.
It will descend around 500 meter and it will start the first hovering.
次は垂直降下モードにて構造されています。1000メートル割り込みました。
そうですね。
32 kilograms of fuel left. We're burning through that fuel.
ここで1回目のバーリングに入ると思います。しばらく高さを維持する状態になるかと思います。
Around 500 meter, it will start doing the first hovering.
高さが今一定になっているかと思います。これはバーリング状態。これそんなに長く続かないです。またすぐに降りていきます。
It will be a short time, but this is the first hovering.
Okay, we should be hovering now. We went, huh? We're going crooked.
再びそうですね。下がり始めました。高度が下がり始めました。
It starts to descend again, and next aim is 50 meters.
50 meters. Then we'll do another hover, I guess. Take some pictures, find us a perfect spot.
安全な場所に移動すると、水泳移動するといったことを行います。これも比較的短い時間で行う予定です。
So at the next point, it will scan again to see if there are any obstacles or boulders.
Yeah, so it's going to scan again at 50 meters. Make sure we got a nice little spot to land. Here we are coming up on that.
ところです。そうかな。はい、ここで一旦、はい、ホバリングに入った。2回目のホバリング。
This is the second hovering.
これで安全な場所に水平移動を行って、
So
その
scanning,
後またしばらく。
making sure nothing's in the way.
Now it's looking for the safe place to land.
行っていると思われます。次は第2回のホバリングを行っていると思われます。
Looks like it found it. It's going on down.
これで、今度2メーターぐらいのところで第3回のホバリングをし、これでウェーブですね、超小型ローバーを放出します。でその後、一気に降りて、2段階着陸をするという形になるかと思います。
And it's
Around the 2 meters, it will release the lift and it will land.
looks like
Two-step landing.
looks like we went about 20 meters deep.
モードが
I hope that's not
MAM
what
モード
happened.
に切り替わりましたので、これで着陸したという
Uh-oh.
Now you see on the left hand side, MLM. That means it has landed. From the telemetry, it shows the sign MLM.
MLM over here means we've landed, but it don't look like it's doing too good over here. I don't know if that's just a picture or
はい、テレメトリーの表示画面の上では、
yeah. See, it's showing we still got some velocity over here or acceleration. I'm not too excited about
From
this.
the telemetry, what we see is the Slim has landed on the slope.
Well, there we go. Looks like it flipped over here, but I don't know if those pictures are representing what happened, or 'cause it looks like it flipped over under the surface of the moon. Because here's 0 meters. I guess we're waiting to get some data back. Hopefully everything went well. Hopefully everything's gone well. Hey, Bo, how you doing today? You're up awfully early, aren't you? Well, it's what, 7:23 in the morning? It's kind of early, isn't it? How you been?
次はテレメトリーの表示画面の上では次の表面に到達したかと思われます。
I'm just watching the Japanese moon lander land. It just landed. I ain't sure what kind of. Doesn't look like it's in too good a
It
shape
looks
here.
like on the telemetry that Slim is on the surface of the moon.
Well, it looks like it landed. I hope we get some pictures. Is what I was wanting. Oh, you driving to work? Yeah, I've got where I'm sleeping an odd schedule now. I sleep like 2 4-hour shifts, 2 3 to 4 hour shifts per day. I usually get up about 3 a.m. and then I go lay back down about
We're now checking the status.
noon and sleep for 3 or 4 more hours. I've got a weird schedule now. I don't know why that happened. You got plans for the weekend? Going snowboarding or anything?
From the screen, the Slim is on the moon.
Yeah.
We are checking the status right now.
All right, well, we're checking the status. I'm going to run and grab me some more coffee real quick because I'm just about out. I will be right back.
We are now checking the status of the Slim. It looks like it has reached on the moon from the screen that we see, but we are checking the status.
画面の上ではスリムは月の表面に到達したと思われますが、現在スリムの状況を確認しております。
We are still checking the status.
.はい、画面の上では、スリムは月の表面に到達したと思われますが、現在スリムの状況を確認中です。現在、スリムの状況の確認中です。
We are still checking the status.
All right, did we learn anything while I was gone? Doesn't look like it.
はい、現在スリムの状況を確認中です。現在スリムの状況を確認中です。
Was really hoping we were going to get some pictures. This is kind of anticlimactic.
はい、現在スリムの状況を確認中です。現在スリムの状況を確認中です。
Looks like it's down under the surface of the moon here.
はい、現在スリムの状況を確認しておりますので、もうしばらくお待ちください。現在スリムの状況を確認しておりますので、もうしばらくお待ちください。
They still haven't let us
We
know
are
if it
still checking
landed
the
safely.
status, so please wait. We are still checking the status, so please wait.
はい、現在スリムの状況を確認しておりますので、もうしばらくお待ちください。
I'm not sure
現在
what
スリ
this
ムの状況を確認しておりますので、もうしばらくお待ちください。
closed captioning is, but it sure doesn't match. Are they going to let us know anything? This is
スリムの状況確認のため、
highest cinema, no joke, your community has said.
中断いたします。スリムの状況確認のため、0時30
Not sure what that means. Joke you it is.
なお、後ほど、ただいまご覧いただいてお
I'm
りま
not
す
sure where this stuff's coming from.
記者会見を中継いたしますので、開始までしばらくお待ちください。
Sorry, equity guy. It was a small
状況確認のため、0時30分、
CDU.
中断いたします。スリムの状況確認のため、
Continue.
30分で番組を中断。
All right, give us an update. Did it land successfully or not?
ご覧いただいております YouTube ライブにて、記者会見を中継いたしますので、開始までしばらくお待ちください。
So we are still checking the status. So we closed this session at 12:30. And later on the same link and the same website, that press conference will start.
Okay,
So please come back to the press conference.
so we got the press conference in a
We are
little
still
while.
checking the status.
スリムの状況確認のため、
Okay, so we got the press conference in a little while, letting us know if it landed safely or not. I'm not sure. I think that's supposed to be in about 30 minutes or so. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream.
We are ending this program at 12:30,
Which
but
is
we
now.
are still checking the status. Later on this channel, later on this channel, we will have the press conference. So please wait. We are still checking the status, and the press conference will start shortly. Thank you.
Okay, so our press conference is starting shortly.
0時30分で
Well,
中断いたします。スリムの状況確認のため、
I'm not sure if I should wait for it. How shortly is it going to be?
なお、後ほど、ただいまご覧いただいております YouTube ライブにて、記者会見を中継いたしますので、開始までしばらくお待ちください。
Okay, so they did stop it. All right, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Well, no. We're going to look at these two fellas. The live streaming's been suspended, so they're just. Hi, Siri, no joke, yeah.
So we will end this program at 12:30. The press conference will be held on the same link. So please wait until the press conference begins. We will be ending this program at 12:30. Thank you.
Well, tell us when. I'm at a loss. We're waiting for the press conference to begin, or are we ending?
こちらで、一旦、30分になりましたので、番組を中断いたします。ここまで、ご覧いただきありがとうございました。
For watching.
Thank you very much for staying with us.
Okay, so the press conference is coming. Let me just pull up and let's look a little bit at this Slim mission. Let me, just look at it, window capture. Well, it ain't pulling up. Try to get one more time. Here we go. Yeah, because I hadn't streamed in so long, a lot of my settings are way crazy. Get a hold of me, move me back down here. So hopefully the press conference starts pretty soon. You know, this is Japan's first attempt at a soft lunar landing. It's called Moon Sniper. So we're on the surface, but we don't know if it landed safely or not. And the press conference is supposed to start within 20 to 30 minutes to let us know. So hopefully we'll find out something pretty soon with that. I was trying to see what all experiments are on this lander.
右の方の絵で探査機がなんか0メートルに射出です。
We might be going to
まあちょっ
the
と正確には聞いてはいないですけど、月の表面の本当のこの高度とかなんかは得られてる地図なんかの誤差なんかもいろいろ多くて、でそういう中でこうシミュレーションで引いた高度と、で実際の地面の高さが違ったりしてっていうことかなと思ってます。なので数メートルなんかはいくらでもあるので、スケールで
somebody's talking.
見ると。
All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab some breakfast while we're waiting on the press conference to start. Okay, we're still waiting on the press conference. Yeah, this, let's go back to scene. See if we can. I want to see what all experiments were on it. Hopefully the press conference starts pretty soon. Let's see CNBC's article. Let's read that. My damn stream elements. Okay, staked a claim. Slim landed on the moon. We're still waiting on the press conference. Joined Russia, US, China, and India. SLIM stands for Smart Lander for Investigating Moon. Now that's a title I can get along with. I like that. It's a cargo research mission. Carries an analysis scanner and a pair of lunar rovers. So it's got a pair of little rovers. So this isn't really telling us too much about what type of science it's going to be doing. Map. So it's mostly, I think it was a test of the landing software and the landing abilities. That's the little robot that's on it. No, that's a pretty cool little robot. This article doesn't give us much information either. So let's go to Wikipedia. It's the first lunar surface mission to demonstrate precise pinpoint lunar landing. Expected to cost 18 billion yen. That's not too expensive. nicknamed Moon Sniper, science payloads, thermometer, radiation monitor, and inclinometer. I can't pronounce that. Direct-to-earth communication equipment, wide-angle visible light camera, small electric equipment, UHF band antennas taken from Minerva and Omitanashi. Lunar Excursion Vehicle 2 is a tiny rover. Mass of 250 grams. Wow, that is tiny. Got 2 small cameras. It can run for about 2 hours on the lunar surface. So it's really not telling us much about the science on it still. Lunar Excursion Vehicle 1 will move using a hopping mechanism. It has direct-to-earth communication, wide-angle visible light cameras, small electric equipment, and UHF band antennas. So that one should be pretty good. I was wanting to see what all science was planned for, and I'm not seeing what I want so far. Hopefully we get the press conference soon. See what AP says. Too much crap on their website. It was aiming for a target of just 100 meters, while most previous probes have a 10-kilometer size wide landing zone. So that's the precision part of its landing. Its main goal was to test that landing technology. Okay, so if we got a safe landing, a soft landing, then the mission's a success no matter what else happens. After landing, the spacecraft will seek clues about the origin of the moon, including analyzing minerals with a special camera. The SLIM, equipped with a pad to cushion impact, aims to land near Scioli crater, near a region covered in volcanic rock. 10 days ago, our U.S.'s private company spacecraft had a fuel leak. I think it just burned up in the atmosphere last night. Hayabusa 2 was the one that went to the asteroid from Japan Space Agency. See anything else? So it's mostly just about the landing, so hopefully that landing turned out pretty well. 2 autonomous probes, Lunar Excursion Vehicle 1 and 2. So they will be released just before landing. So ideally they've already been released. Okay, landing vehicle 1 has an antenna and camera and is tasked with recording SLIM's landing. So hopefully we're going to get some images back from it of the landing. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping those come back for the press conference coming up soon. That's pretty exciting. That's what I was wanting to see. And then 2 is the ball-shaped one. It doesn't say what in the world it's going to do. It's got 2 cameras though, so I guess it's going to roll around. All right. Well, let's go back to the press conference page and see what's going on there. Hopefully we start soon. I know they said the press conference was supposed to be within 20 to 30 minutes after the landing. So hopefully it's not too much longer. And yeah, so I'm just going to sit here and wait for a little bit. I'm probably going to turn off my webcam, and I will be back as soon as the press conference starts. Hopefully it's very soon. Well, I apologize for how long this is taking. Hopefully, it starts any minute now. We've already been about 30 minutes since the landing, about 40 minutes since we landed, and the press conference was supposed to be within 20 to 30 minutes, I thought. So, hopefully, not too much longer. All right, hopefully any minute now. It's been almost an hour since we touched down on the lunar surface. I'm a little concerned that it's taking quite this long before we go to a press conference, but hopefully it should be coming up soon. Sure, any minute now. We're still live, still waiting on the feed. Really wish they'd hurry up. I want to know if it crashed or. Let me see if there's any updates on any news agencies. Did they release any information? Okay, we're still not seeing any updates yet, really. So hopefully it comes soon. Yeah, I'll have to edit this in the VOD. Not exactly riveting content here.
And thank you everyone at the Sagamihara the campus and also people participating through WebEx and those people looking at this through YouTube. We are still trying to confirm the situation at the moment. And so I apologize to keep you waiting, but please bear with us for a little more while. And we did actually say that it could take as long as 2 hours
long as
at
2
the
hours.
most in the press kit in advance. And for those people participating through YouTube, please understand that it is taking a little bit of time, and we are trying to confirm the situation. Thank you.
Okay, so we got an update there. They're still trying to assess the situation. They did say that it can take as long as up to 2 hours. Just that seems a little long to me. You should know if you slam down and bust it up or you know what happened, but Once again, I apologize. I know this isn't the most exciting content. We've been over an hour since landing, and they said it could take up 2 hours for confirmation. Hopefully that comes very shortly. Thank you for patiently waiting. All right. Once again, I apologize. Hopefully, we're going to have an update any minute now. Status is still unknown. They're still checking the parameters, which I don't think sounds too good for the lander. But hopefully, it's just taking them a few minutes to confirm everything. And hopefully, we get the press conference started very soon. I will be right back as soon as it does. All right, it's done been an hour and a half, and they set up to 2 hours. So we're looking at hopefully hearing something, hopefully within the next few minutes, but 30 minutes at the most. They don't know what's going on by 2 hours after landing. You know, it's not promising at all, but hopefully we hear something and get an update here very shortly. I apologize for the wait, but please bear with me.
はい、
Mr. Yakoroshi from JAXA, the PR department, and everyone at the Sagamihara, the campus press center, and also everyone listening through WebEx, and also those people looking at the YouTube. And thank you very much for waiting. We now have some information. We will start the press conference from about 2:10. And so if you could start making your preparation, we intend to start the press conference at 10 minutes after 2 a.m. JST, Japan Standard Time. And we will also issue a release at that point as well. But we are also trying to upload information on our website at the same time. And so there could be a bit of a time lag to when we make the actual press release.
Okay, so it sounds like the press conference is going to start in about 15 minutes. So we'll just keep it right here and keep doing some other work on the side while we wait for that press conference to start. Thank you for bearing with me.
はい、どうもありがとうございます。私、記者会見まで、ということで担当してましたので、ここで失礼させていただきます。いろいろご質問いただきましてありがとうございました。
はい、お待たせしております。
Thank you for waiting. My name is Kishi from the PR media of JAXA. We will be starting a press conference soon, so if I could ask you to be prepared.
All right, so we're starting this soon, finally. Yeah. So I'll be here.
はい、
And we have another person appearing on the stage. So the person is heading towards the podium. So if you could just bear with us for a few more seconds, please.
All right, so we're waiting on the last person to make it to the stage. So hopefully we're starting any second now.
Thank you everyone for waiting, and so apologize for making you wait. We are already at the starting time, but if you could just give us a little more while we prepare the press conference. Thank you.
Okay. Just another couple minutes. Another couple of minutes. I have to say, you know, when it's been almost 2 hours since touchdown, I'm not too optimistic that it went well. I mean, I would think if you had a very positive outcome that you would know it sooner. And kind of the longer it's gone on, you know, maybe it was more about damage assessment and seeing how we could put a good spin on, positive spin on the landing. But I might be wrong. Maybe there was a reason it took them so long. We are about to find out, though. Hopefully. I guess one of the things, most important part of this mission was they were wanting to do that accurate pinpoint landing. And so they might be wanting to see exactly, oh, here we go. Here we go. We've got some.
Thank you. Thank you very much for waiting. We will start the press briefing session regarding lunar landing of SLIM, a smart lander for investigating moon. Thank you very much for many of you for participating despite being late into the night, and we apologize for the fact that we have kept you waiting for quite a long time. For those participating through WebEx, and for those people also watching through the JAXA official site on the YouTube JAXA channel, I apologize to have kept you waiting for quite a long time. My name is Kaori Sasaki, the General Manager of PR from JAXA, and I will be the MC today. The press briefing today is held in a hybrid format, live from communication halls of Space Science and Exploration at Sagamihara campus at JAXA. And we're also streaming this live on the JAXA official YouTube channel at JAXA channel. So I'd like to introduce the attendees. From the right, Dr. Hiroshi Yamakawa, President of JAXA. And in the middle, Dr. Hitoshi Kuninaka, Director General of ISIS at JAXA. And next to him, Dr. Masaki Fujimoto, Deputy Director of ISIS JAXA. And I think we are handing out the press release as of 10 minutes past 2. And so I'd like to ask the President to start with a statement. My name is Yamakawa, Director of the President of JAXA. Thank you very much for any of you for participating today. I would like to start by saying a few things, then the details will be explained by Mr. Kuninaka. And on the 20th of January 2024, at 10:20 JST, a smart lander for investigating moon landed on the moon. We have been able to confirm that it has arrived on the moon surface. My name is Kuninaka, the Director General of ISIS. As was explained, smart lander for investigating moon SLIM. We made a challenge to landing on the moon. Now, the SLIM has been communicating to the Earth station, and it is receiving command from the Earth accurately, and the spacecraft is responding to these in a normal way. However, it seems that the solar cell is not generating electricity at this point in time.
Oh, no.
And since we are not able to generate electricity, and so the operation is being done using batteries on load. And based on the data, and landing has been stored on this spacecraft. And so we are trying to data source that to the Earth, and we are making effort to maximize the scientific the achievement. And during the descent to the moon, and while hovering above the moon surface, we have been able to separate LEV-1, and LEV-1 once separated, will automatically send the signal, and that has been successful. So we do consider LEV-1 and LEV-2 have been successfully separated.
Okay.
And we are making an effort to acquire data at this point.
So what he's saying there is that the two little rovers have separated because they were supposed to separate right before it landed. So that's good. I'd like to know how much battery power we have, how long that's going to last. Hopefully they get to that.
Time. And in order for us to analyze the data, we will require some time. That has been the case scheduled from the start. And so, in regards to the sharing of the data, we will require a little more time. And so, what we know at this point in time is, as I have explained, and so we are still gathering data to understand the situation of this spacecraft. Also, SLIM has targeted the high precision landing with an accuracy of 100 meters. Well, we require to do a detailed analysis of data as we have indicated in advance. And so as to whether we have been able to achieve 100-meter accuracy or not, we would require a little more time for us to be able to confirm on this point. And also, so we will gather the data we have been able to gather, and we are hoping of holding a press conference next week. As for the precise date, we will inform you next week. And so that is what we know at this point in time.
Thank you very much. Any follow-up comment from Dr. Fujimoto? Thank you very much. The materials have been distributed to everybody in the venue, and also those who are participating through WebEx online. We are also web streaming this program. So if you haven't received the materials yet, please wait for them. And also there will be a press release on the website of JAXA, and we are updating information every now and then on the website. So please be patient to receive the materials. Thank you very much indeed. From now on, without further ado, I would like to start taking questions from the members of the press. So we have members joining in the venue as well as online participants. So first, participants in the venue, followed by questions by online participants. If you are participating through a web line, please state your name and affiliation by typing that into the chat, and then we will appoint you. So from the venue, please wait for the microphone. Once you get the microphone, please state your name and affiliation before you ask your question. And since there are many members of the media joining this session, so please limit your question to just one question and be brief. Now I can see some hands.
Hopefully we get some good questions and answers. I don't think we're going to.
Please wait for the microphone. Ito of Sankei Shimbun newspaper. First and foremost, this time round, SLIM
See, none of these guys are looking
descended
real
from the
happy.
orbit, and the landing itself, the soft landing itself, was it successful or was it a failure? So solar cell panel is not functional, is not working at the moment. Does that mean, is that part of the criteria of a success or failure of the landing itself? Thank you for your question. We believe that the soft landing itself was successful. The major reason is because the spacecraft was able to send telemeter to Earth, which means that most of the equipment on the spacecraft is functional, working properly. So as you could see online, 10 kilometers was the altitude from which descent was made. So if the descent, our descent wasn't successful, then there would have been a collision at a very high speed. Then the spacecraft function would have been lost completely. And now it is still sending the data properly to Earth, which means our original purpose, objective of soft landing was successful. I believe this is the evidence for that. Thank you I'm very happy to hear that. If that's the case, the trouble is just around solar cell. It's a separate trouble or problem from the soft landing.
Thank you. The person towards my right, I will be taking a microphone to you. Kinta from NHK. No, the solar cell is not generating electricity right now. And is that a trouble of the solar panel itself, or is it the attitude or direction, or what are the possible reasons for this? Yes, as you have indicated, the hardware of the solar cell and also the section receiving the electricity could be the cause of the trouble. But other portion of the spacecraft is functioning correctly, whether it be temperature data or the pressure data. We have been able to receive all the healthy values. And so I don't think it's just a singular error of a solar cell in itself. But another point, it could be of the attitude, not aiming at the intended direction. So we are trying to analyze the data that we are gathering at this point in time and analyzing the status at this point. But what we can say at this point in time is what I've actually explained.
Well, thank you very much, the gentleman in green.
Well, ask how much battery life we got.
Naragane, freelance writer. So what is your observation? Could I ask each of those three speakers to share your observations? Thank you very much. Well, first and foremost, landing was made and communication was established. So minimum success was made in my view. As for the details and detailed data assessment, this will take place in the future. So what about the precision within 100 meters and so on? That assessment is still open. So going forward, by assessing the data and so on, we will make many more findings. So first and foremost, landing was successful. So going forward, Japan's technology should develop even further, and we should be able to access the lunar surface. I believe that there is a path for opening to that now. So with the various countries going forward, there will be international cooperation which is already underway. So we'd like to provide all sorts of knowledge and insights. That's my observation. Thank you very much. So my question was that I wanted to ask observation from each speaker. So as you saw on the web quick look, the original orbit, intended orbit, was traced by the spacecraft. The orbit was in line with that, and the expected acceleration was also traced. The actual acceleration was also realized. So on a real-time basis, we were able to share such information result with you. So such an outreach activity was possible. This was done very well. Looking at the trace, 100-meter pinpoint landing, precision landing was pretty much successful. Of course, regarding the accurate result, we still need 1 month or so to do the analysis, as we had already communicated with you in advance. But in that sense, we cannot say anything definitively. It is premature to try to do that, but the intended course was followed. So I personally observed that the pinpoint landing was also successful. This technology going forward, we will send more spacecrafts to the moon, and also MMX program is underway towards Mars as well. So Artemis program is also saying moon to Mars should be realized. So in this context as well, Japan has established a major milestone or stepping stone to that. So I believe this was a greater step forward. Thank you very much. So I was in charge of the online program. I could see so many people rooting for it on the English channel as well from across the globe. Tens of thousands of people have been watching, and I'm very happy about it. Thank you very much. So you are supporting us. We are in space science, so at the end of the day, we are doing things we are supposed to be doing, you should be doing, but it's not just really about your ego. It is about people supporting you. Then we will be even more motivated. SLIM is such a difficult mission, but we've reached this point, and that is because of the support that you've been providing, and the team has been motivated even more. I believe this is the reason why we have been able to do this. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, the person at the front. The third person from here, yes. Please go ahead. My name is Inoue, a freelancer. Now, the solar cell is not generating electricity as you have explained, but
Okay, that's
based
what
on
I
the
want to know.
plan, for how long could the spacecraft continue to operate? And acquisition of data from the lunar surface is what you're going to prioritize. But in terms of data, do you have priority of what you would like to obtain? Well, right now, we are operating using battery mode. And in order to conserve the battery, the electricity, we have shut off the heat electricity in order to prolong its life. And also, the trajectory navigation data, when the spacecraft was moving to the landing site, we actually took photos of the crater, but we are downloading that with priority. And so navigation technology, navigation data, in other words, as to whether SLIM have been able to obtain these data accurately or not. Once we obtain this data, then we know what type of trajectory the spacecraft took in making its descent, and also be able to reproduce or regenerate the trajectory it took to the lunar surface. So that would be the data we want to download with priority. We also have multi-band camera. So the mantle substance composition can be analyzed using this the multi-band the camera. So we want to make sure that we will try to function this with a priority. But there is a limit to the battery. And so at this point in time, the battery power is likely to last for several hours. And so it's already been 1 hour since landing, but within the time available, we will try to do what we can do with our priority.
All right. I don't think they're going to come out with much more information. That was mostly what I wanted to hear about. It sounds like we've only got a few hours left on the batteries. The solar cells are not working. It looks like we did achieve a soft landing of the SLIM lander. Some pictures were taken. They're trying to prioritize uploading those pictures of where it landed at, the crater and the landing spot, and trying to pinpoint exactly where it did land. The two little rovers did successfully detach from the lander. We don't have an update yet on what's going on with them. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this, and let me know if you have any questions or comments. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.